you're a porn star. And I'm a girl, what is a porn star? What are you talking about? Like, I convinced myself that I don't need other people because it's more safer in isolation. I value human connection. I don't really do the whole texting shit. When I text people, I just kind of feel like, man. What's up, guys? It's Vibe1K here, back at it again with another motherfucking YouTube video for y'all. My name is Ken, I'm 21 and I'm from Wisconsin. I'm fruity, yeah. Hi, welcome to my channel, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe and turn post notifications on if, you know what I'm saying, you real and you fuck with me. Today is going to just be a detoxing video. You wanted to be in the video so bad. Anyways, I don't know if y'all can hear me better now, but as I was rudely interrupted, this is just going to be a very detoxing video that I felt like is much needed. Even detoxing in general as a whole, because I've been neglecting my relationship with nature, no shade. I just been kind of like scared, I guess, you know? I don't know if we've all been in this space before, but I've just been in this space recently where it's like, you know, because as y'all know, or if you don't know, I'm moving to Texas next month, August, you know what I'm saying, beginning of the month. And I've just been kind of scared, honestly. Like, I've been wanting to connect with people and just wanting to, what's the word? I guess just really take a dive into people, really like pick apart people's minds to really connect. Because, I mean, it's very true. I've even read about in the book that I'm reading right now. It's called about like how to deeply see people, and we all as human beings need each other, you know what I mean? And sometimes like I convince myself that I don't need other people because it's more safer in isolation. Because I mean, as Aquarius, and even with my birth chart shit, I love me some, you know, me time, but after a while sometimes like I do want to connect with the outside world. I do want to feel like I have friends, and yes, I have two. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like right now I have one friend that's been here for me, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to JoJo if you're watching this shit. But I do have two friends. I do have two friends left, and that is all I need. But it's kind of like, so I have an online friend, you know what I mean? He lives in Texas, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to be messy, but I just want to vent. I'm gonna give this as a space to this vent. Really just how I feel. So I have been scared about moving, honestly. Like, I'm excited and I'm ready for a new chapter in my life to really just refresh from everything that I've been through here. I mean, like, everything in this place has been where, like, it helped me develop as a person. High school and, you know, family-wise, attachment, growth, healing, all that shit. I literally graduated from therapy like a month or two ago, I think. Even that was a scary process for me, because I'm just like, damn, like, bitch, you sure I'm done? Like, you sure I don't need to heal? Because I feel like deep down inside, like, yes, I've come a long way from when I started therapy to when I finished, but it just felt like, damn, like, it's really over with, you know what I mean? Like, I'm never gonna see Miss Catalina again. Like, she ain't never gonna, you know what I'm saying, be here for me to just spill the tea to, like, unbiasedly and just tell me exactly for what it is. And I guess I was just scared of that, you know? But I'm here now. It's like I can't go back in the past and change things, but it's just kind of like I've been really scared about moving. Like, I've really been excited for like the opportunities, and I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying, all my favorite YouTubers out there and shit. But, and even with the YouTube shit too, and I'm trying not to get sidetracked, but you know, y'all know me, I just gotta get my thoughts and opinions out. And so, being scared to move with my friend again, like, I've been friends with this person for like years and years. I think like 4 or 5 years. And we started our friendship in like a place where it was like, you know, get to know this person. I was single, so I ain't gonna lie, I looked at them in a little bit of a way at that moment, like, oh, like, you know, you fine shit, like, you know what I mean, like, I like you. And then, you know, I realized the person they were talking to was very serious. So I was like, okay, you know, I stepped back and respected them in that space. And it really formed one of a close bond to me, because that person was there through literally like my stages through high school and out of high school, and really like just there in the background, not even in the background, that person really felt there with me, you know what I mean? So I always felt close to that person. And you know, there was some months where this person wasn't here, and I looked up, I was like, damn, like, what the fuck happened? And you know, they were like, yeah, you know, you know, I apologize for that, I'm gonna work on being there for you more. And they did start to show that. And you know, I realized too, like, they do go through some things, but I guess sometimes, I don't know if it sounds selfish, but y'all know where, like, y'all, I don't know, because this is where I'm gonna start. This is how I am as a person. Like, I think about people a lot, people cross my mind and stuff, and I'm not like a selfish person. And I can admit at times, like, I feel like sometimes I give more energy to people than is needed, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the type of friend that just wants to be like, you know, like, I'm here, like, you know what I mean? And I don't want to have anybody in a close circle of mine ever feel like I'm not there for them. So it really hurts me to see my friend going through something, or to just kind of know what that feels like to also be going through something, but I can't speak up or say anything about it, because for one, I could probably feel like someone doesn't understand, or for two, just understand in a way to where, what do I do with those emotions, and like, how do I go about it? And not saying that everyone has to have the answers, because everyone goes through different things, but we all as humans share the same emotions. So I just kind of like felt like, damn, you know, with all these years of us knowing each other, and you know, this person really not being in contact with me as I would like, because I wouldn't say like I'm a high maintenance friend, but I'm like in the middle, between middle and low. And I'd say that because I'm not the type of friend where I'm like, oh, bitch, you don't text and call me every day, fuck you, we not friends no more. But I'm just the type of friend like, okay, like, you know, once or twice a week, you know what I mean? I feel like that's decent, because I'm just not the type of person like, y'all want to just be in all my videos? Like, this is the second plane now. Y'all can like delay the little flight. Y'all can go flight on another day. I get it's all nice and shit, but hold off for a minute. Let me get to the video. Let me speak to the people. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm just the type of friend that just requires, you know, like once or twice we talk on the phone. If we don't live by each other, if we do, like, you know, let's hang out. I value human connection. I don't really do the whole texting shit. When I text people, I just kind of feel like, man, you know what I mean? It doesn't really fill my social bar, you know what I mean? So I like to really connect with people one-on-one, and with the distance between us, you know what I mean? Like, let's FaceTime you, whatever. And sometimes when I am on the phone with people, sometimes I feel like I bother their space because of that. And people will tell me all the time, like, no, like, you're no problem, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that, I understand. But like, really understanding me is really like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay. And like again, I don't mean to be selfish, but this is me literally just venting. Like, I don't have a lot of friends. I have 2 friends. And when I feel like my social bar needs to be, you know, fulfilled, I ain't gonna lie, I expect that connection with that person, like that undivided time, you know what I mean? Like, I like to laugh, talk, and really like pick apart like what's going through your mind right now. What type of emotions are you feeling in this moment? How is your day going? What has really been up with your life? What does your day-to-day life consist of? I really like to see people and make them feel seen, just as I want to be seen, you know what I mean? Like, and I really hate that sometimes, like, when I get on the phone with people, you know, I'll be trying to be that mysterious, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you gonna ask me what's going on with me, like, what's going on, you know what I mean? But I always end up yapping. And I know that's not a bad thing for myself. I never feel guilty about it for myself, but I don't want to ever come off like that selfish person or someone like, oh, they just talk about themselves. Because I hate people, I don't say I hate, I despise people that really just feel like they're the most important thing in the room. Like, I don't like selfish people like that, self-centered people. Like, and it's a difference between, like, you know, being confident and also just speaking your truth and being you, but besides allowing other people to share the same space as you. And I want that to be the same energy I reciprocate to my friends. I don't want to ever make them feel like, oh yeah, it's just about him. Like, no, I want to really get on the phone and talk about you, but I want to connect with people on a different, deep spiritual level, you know what I mean? And I guess learning to detach from people has been like the hardest energy for me to really be in, because I feel selfish for doing that. Like, I feel selfish, like, if I'm on the phone with someone and I'm not asking them, like, okay, like, everything, like, for instance, I'm talking too much. Like, I feel like, in my opinion, I'm talking too much. And the phone call ends short. Like, we're only on the phone for, like, you know, an hour or whatever. And y'all probably think, like, yeah, y'all pushing it and you ODing. But no, for real, like, I want, like, shit, for me, like, if I'm on the phone with you, bitch, we're not gonna be on the phone for 10, 15 minutes, no shade. Like, we just gonna talk and go wherever the conversation leads us. And I love conversations like that just are endless, to where, okay, bitch, I don't got nothing to say no more, you know what I'm saying? But I got something to do, but I'm gonna get you later. But we gonna talk again. When we talk, we gonna talk and chat it up. And it's just gonna be like just a splurge of, like, not even no trauma dumping shit, but just like, what the fuck is going on with you? You know what I mean? And I love conversations like that, where I can really just understand a person in a moment. You know what I mean? Even if I don't understand you completely, but just to really understand a person and what type of moment and emotion they are in right now. And that can be a multitude of things, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I have to personally, in this space right now, detach, I guess, from that friend that I want to be right there in the same state, probably the same city, shit, 5-15 minutes apart with, because I just kind of feel like, damn, you know, I don't want to ever, like, also project onto my friends. Like I said, I understand, like I said, people have their own lives and shit, people go through shit, but we all have 24 hours. And this person does have their location on. We do share each other's location. So, bitch, I be seeing my little Sims go to work and go home. But I'd be like, damn, you at home for a couple hours. And we ain't talked in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And, you know what I mean? And they do like my stories and show that, you know, they hear. And I like their stories back all the time. But I just feel like I'm the friend that just goes extra. You know what I mean? Like, I see you post, bitch, I'm all in your comments like, yeah, my friend ate that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am just like a go-getter from my friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what it is, there's nothing really like my friend can ask me, or I'm just like, no. But don't ask me for no money, no shade, no shade. But, like, we gotta have, like, a close bond, best friend type shit to be able to offer you some money. Because, no shade, y'all seen the story times. I had too many people playing shit with that money shit. I don't do that. I'm just the type of person, like, don't ask me for shit. Know damn well I'm not gonna ask you for. But if we close like that, maybe. But, bitch, I'm Devo. I'm coming from my coin hole. No shade. But like I said, like, I even had to let go of a friendship this year, as y'all saw the story time, and that shit hurt me. So I'm just kind of felt like, damn, you know, but I'm not tripping too much, because I can lean back on the friends that I still have. But I ain't gonna lie, I've been sad. I've been a little sad some days. I was literally just sad the other day. I was telling my boyfriend, I'm just like, damn, like, I'm missing that social connection with people. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I've been in a hermit space for so long. Sometimes I'm social, sometimes I'm not. Like, you know, I'll be here and there on Yubo and shit, but I realize I can't be going on this yellow app searching for a lot of what people can't provide. Like, people aren't even there for themselves and don't, you know what I mean, know how to express and share. How can I expect that? You know what I mean? So I sometimes go scrambling on there just to really seek for a connection in the moment. Or just, you know, no matter if it's like, you know, someone doesn't have to really be my friend to really, like, you know, be on here and be like, oh, you know, like, this is who I am, and I just want to be seen, you know? And I feel like that's really human to just admit that, and I'm not scared of doing that, because I know a lot of other people probably feel the same way. But then it brings you back to that question sometimes, when you are pouring a lot into people because you want them to pour back. And don't get me wrong, and don't misconstrue this message, bitch. I very much love myself. I be here with myself every day. and I understand me more than anybody else can, and I love myself, and even in all the darkest parts I may be in every day, because every day for me doesn't really consist of like a good day or a bad day. I just kind of just flow with whatever goes through. A lot of times I don't know how I feel, but I try to be in the moment and just really soak everything in. And I ain't gonna lie, I'd say like 50 half the time I'm not really in the motion. Like if I'm at work, like it just brings me to a space where I'm a lot in my head, and I acknowledge that energy where I'm in my head. Like I'm working, like, okay, like dark shit that I went through has hit me, or something that like I haven't internally let go of, or something where it's like, oh, how do you feel about this? But I'm like, bitch, I don't know. Like I don't know how to feel. You know what I'm saying? Like it be shit going through my head where it's like I don't have the answer to that shit. So I just try not to give a fuck. But I really like to do the inner work spiritually and dive into like, why do I feel this way? But then you start doing that work, like, okay, why the fuck do I feel this way? And you're not getting no answers. It's like, okay, like what the fuck do you want me to do about it? I'm telling my thoughts, like, okay, like I don't know. So I start singing and shit, like, you know, bring positivity to myself. And then it's like, it's like, are you probably just not doing enough shadow work for it? But I journal at least every couple of days. And, you know, I meditate every day. I try to at least meditate every day. But, you know, I have my some days where it's just like, oh, it could be a good day. I'm happy, chilling, laughing, having a good time with my boyfriend, chilling. And then sometimes I'm just like, I guess this person is not enough. Not a role with my boyfriend. But I'm just saying it's like, and people in general, just that social connection. Like, I can't rely too much on this person to just, you know, my boyfriend's gonna be my boyfriend. You know, I love him down. He does help with that a lot. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when it comes to my friend circle, it's like I don't really have too many people I can call and be like, hey, like I'm going through something. You know what I mean? Are you here for me? You know what I mean? And I mean, like I said, like my friend JoJo has been here. He works a lot too, and I completely understand that. So I never the energy is towards him in that way. But this other Libra friend, you know what I mean? He works 2 jobs, and I completely understand that. But I just have my days where I'm just like, you know, like, what is our friendship equivalent to? You know what I mean? Because I feel like I don't know that person to a deeper level to consider what I deem as like, okay, best friendship. Because like I said, I've known this person for 4 to 5 years. And in my head, I see this person as somebody really close to me. Someone like that has been around for that long of my life. It's like, damn, like you done made it through trials and tribulations. Like, I respect you for that. Because I have a lot of people that just leave my life or feel like I'm too much to kind of handle, which I don't feel like I am that way. I just feel like, bitch, I ain't never felt like with nobody that was real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just the type of friend, if I have an issue, I'm going to address that to you. And no shade, I am proud of myself, honestly, last week, because some friend will, I ain't gonna lie, like, I have been having issues with this friend. I'm gonna just name them Virgo. This Virgo friend, but they got a lot of Leo in their charts. I was having issues with my friendship with this person for a couple months. And I addressed my issue every time I had with them to them. And I feel like they didn't quite understand me in the moment. And they always would kind of make me feel bad every time I would say something, you know what I mean? Like I said, it was the whole self-centeredness. Like, they would just get on the phone with me and just talk about themselves. And when it came to like them asking me about myself, it would just kind of be like, you don't listen, you know what I mean? So that shit would irritate me. Like, how the fuck you keep asking me, oh, like, what's going on with you? We are back in business, so no shade. I forgot to delete, you know, them vlogs and shit from Chicago Pride. So that shit was like memory full and then shut off. I was like, okay, let me delete y'all. So back to what I was saying. So with that friend, they would like swipe over my stories and be like, oh, like, what book is this? What's that? And mind you, like, I've told this friend plenty of times, like, okay, what this book was, what was that? I would go out my way, send them pictures, send them links. I would inform this person all the time about what they were asking about every time, but they just never would listen. Like, I'd be like, damn, bitch, how many times I gotta repeat myself to you? You know what I'm saying? So I would feel some type of way. And a lot of that, I'm a very forgiving person, so I don't take shit to heart too much. Like, I would get irritated and then I would let it go. Like, you know what I mean? Then we just weren't listening in the moment. So I give people chances. But when I get on the phone, I would just genuinely like tell them about like what I was going through that day, and I'll be trying to, like, for instance, like when I fell out with my friend, the straight friend that I had, I was venting to them about it, right? And I sent them like messages. They were reading the messages, and she's sitting here reading the messages, and I'm like waiting like 5 minutes, almost 10 minutes go by, and I'm sitting here like did you read the message? And she was like, oh, I don't know if you saw me nod. I nod. I told you I read them. And I was just like, no, you didn't do that. And mind you, literally, I seen my own 2 eyes on the phone. She did not do anything. I watched the whole time and waited for her to read the messages. Y'all is not that booked and busy. Y'all is not Spirit Airlines. Fuck. Y'all rich people just want to fly on a plane today. Not even. That's a mini toy plane. Anyways, so I was waiting for them to get done reading the messages, and so I could get done explaining the story, because I just started explaining the story, but you know, I had to give context to it or whatever. So I was waiting for her to get done, and she just didn't say anything. So I got irritated. Like, I'm tired of, like, I was in that emotion, like I just wanted to vent to a friend, you know what I mean, and not trauma enough or nothing. Like, I just wanted to get a second opinion on. And like, it's like you're pissing me off to where I don't even feel no type of way about what happened no more. I don't even care. Like, just, I want to get off the phone, and I would still sit there on the phone to just give her another chance, you know what I'm saying? And so one day, fast forward, right, I was asking for like a code for like, it's basically like, I think it was like MovieBox, right? So MovieBox, y'all know the little jailbreak app, watching movies for free and shit. So, well, how they update it now, you need a code from someone that already has the app, so another person could download the app. So there was another friend on Yubo that told me about it, but she replied late or whatever. So I just asked this friend, my friend, right? So I asked her for the code. I said, hey, like, do you have the code or whatever? And before that prior conversation, we were talking about like our dates or whatever. I was asking her like how our day was or whatever. And she was like, oh, I just got off the phone with a friend. Right now I'm just watching some anime. So I said, what anime? She said, this one with this girl. So mind you, like, I'm trying to like laugh it off, like, okay, like quite evident, like quite obvious to what anime you're talking about. Like, I was gonna be smart at first, but I was like, oh, I just name drop, no shade. Okay, I'm gonna edit that shit out. I said her name, and I put the little laughing emoji to it. So I'm like, you know, trying to like make it seem like, you know, I'm mad or nothing, but like, okay, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So she texts me, not right now, Ken, I'm irked. I said, so why would you respond to me then? Like, if I'm mad, why the fuck am I texting somebody back in a mad emotion so they get that emotion? Like, that's just weird to me. So I text her, I said, so why would you text me then? I said, why would you reply then? She was basically saying like, oh, I'm mad or something like that in the moment, not today. So I said, okay, but you didn't need to act like that towards me, whatever. She was like, oh, I thought I clearly explained through the messages in a respectful way or whatever. And so from that, I just didn't reply, because now I'm finna really say something, you know what I'm saying? Because it was no need for all that, you know what I mean? And it wasn't respectful in the way you said it, because, girl, first you said, oh, this one with this girl for the anime. You didn't just tell what the fucking anime you was watching. Just like say for what it is, you know what I'm saying? And then you got attitude. You talk about some not right now. This is a whole nother day. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have just came back to the text message and told me in a nice, respectful way. Actually respectful way. And just, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't reply to the message. So I look up, like a week later, I was like, damn, I ain't seen this girl's stories in a minute. So I click on her page. Why I say follow? So I'm just like, okay, like, I didn't do nothing to her. And in that moment, I didn't feel that type of way, because, like I said, y'all, she was already irritating me. And even before this moment happened where she irritated me, we had a conversation about, she was like basically asking me like, is there anything I feel towards her? I was like, I just don't like that you don't listen to me, and every time I try to express my boundaries to you, you just kind of like make me feel bad for even like feeling some type of way of how you make me feel, you know what I'm saying, and saying that to you. So she was like, oh, I understand, like, I want to fix our friendship. I don't want you to feel that type of way. Like, I want to have like a healthy relationship, friendship with you. And I was like, okay, like, I trust you. Like, we can stand on that if you really mean that or whatever. But stand on that. And you know, so it's like when I looked up and she just unfollowed me and removed me as a follower, I was just like, okay, you know, I really only knew you online anyway. We knew each other for some months, and she was there for me, like, when I went through my breakup and shit, but I guess I just didn't really feel no type of way, because it's like, people gonna do what they want to do, and I guess if people aren't mature enough to go about problems with their friends and talk about it, talk shit out, hash it out, whatever you gotta do, and really understand each other and go about the next problem in a healthier way to, you know, like, what's the word, like, just talk shit out as adults, you know what I mean, and get through it. Like, it wasn't even that big of a deal. But if people can't do that, you know what I mean, I realized, like, you have no point in my life, you know what I mean. I just kind of felt drained as the type of friend I was being to her too, because she would like try to learn about spiritual things, and mind you, like, I have no problem giving information out to people. I feel like information should be free and for anybody who wants to learn. And you know, I've been on my spiritual journey for a minute, and I don't mind helping other people. I really like helping other people, you know what I'm saying. I like being a teacher to other people, but I don't like being a teacher to people that don't want to be taught. And she would kind of just be very like, I would tell her shit, and then she would just kind of just take it with a grain of salt, like, oh yeah, but I'm just going to do it. She would just kind of just jump ahead of herself. Like, she don't even want to like get outside and ground herself, but she want to jump into tarot and learn how to do spells and shit. I'm just like, girl, like, slow down. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, and I understand for a moment, because I was that same way in the beginning of my spiritual journey, but I had to learn it the hard way. No one just gave me answers and shit. And I try to like teach her the same thing, but at the same time not be so much like hard on her. I try to be softer and gentle, because you know, it's not an easy journey to go down, and everybody's path is different. But a lot of people in beginner stages don't really understand that, you know what I mean. Like, everybody's stage is different, so I'm not gonna, like, one answer to me is not gonna make sense to you in the way that you need it, you know what I mean. Like, I could be going through a fucking midlife crisis right now, and this moment, this energy is teaching me transformation, and then you could be going through the same shit and feel like, damn, I need to fucking leave my boyfriend, I need to fucking sell my car. And maybe that's not what you need to do. You need to do something else. But I don't have the answers for you. I don't have the answers. You know what I'm saying? And I would just kind of feel like, and she would put me in this space where I felt like I had to not tell her shit, kind of, you know what I mean? For her to really get it and really like do the work. Because I'm telling you all this information, you're not even doing anything with it, or come back to be like, oh, I really listened to what she was talking about, so I'm really going to work on doing this. And she would just come to me like, oh, you seen this rabbit hole, and you seen this video, and I'm like, okay, but you don't need to be putting your energy towards social media and outside influence. You need to be focusing and going within, like, you know what I mean. And it just made me not want to talk about that no more with her. So when she let me go, I was just like, okay, like, go on with your life, you know what I mean. Like, I wish the best for you, genuinely. But it's just like, I'm not gonna feel like, damn, because I know I didn't do nothing wrong to that girl. I just simply said and stated my boundaries to you, and you didn't respect that. And you know, she don't even listen to herself, so it's just like, how can I expect other people to listen to me? So after that, I just kind of reflected back onto like the bonds and I keep having with people. Like, I've been struggling with friends since I was younger, since I was like literally a little boy, and we're in kindergarten. I didn't say kindergarten. Oh, I don't remember my kindergarten years like that. No shade. I'd say 4th, 5th grade, as I remember. I just remember like every lunch going to where I had to. Every time I go to lunch, I just felt like I struggle with finding a table to sit at. You know what I mean? And finding friends generally to make friends with, because it was just like, I always felt like no one wanted to be my friend. I always kind of felt like people really didn't find me interesting. People didn't really want to like conversate with me. It was like, if I wasn't into what all the other kids were into, they didn't want to be friends with me. Like, you know, them kids was bad. No shade. I went to school with, like, you know, they would be on Facebook and, you know, cussing and talking about inappropriate shit. Look, I didn't even know about porn. We not supposed to know about no damn porn in 5th, 4th grade. But I heard about fucking porn in my fucking 4th grade from other badass kids in my class. And, you know, it made me very curious because, you know, I knew about shit. And I was like, because somebody was like talking to me one day and it was like, oh, you're a porn star. And I'm like, girl, what is a porn star? What are you talking about? Like, I'm like scared. Like, what does that mean? Like, what are you talking about? And so it was like kids didn't like me for real. Like, if I wasn't doing what they was doing and just being bad, fighting and shit. And I know you probably listening to shit like you know, they were just some dumbass kids. Like, don't bother to even give them energy. But no, like, that shit hurt growing up because that was always my experience. Like, growing up, like, high school, druggies, people drugged out, smoking weed, dab pens and all that shit. Y'all might get a story time on that one day. I tried it once, but no shade, don't judge me. Don't judge me. I did it because a girl broke my heart. No shade. And I never did that shit again. But besides the point, a lot of kids were into other things and I was like normal. You know, I was in my high school years on Dub Smash and shit. In my earlier years when I was a little kid, I think 11, 12 maybe, I remember like doing little YouTube videos literally in my room, like making Legos and stuff, Lego sets and stuff I would get it for Christmas and stuff. And you know, I just always been a different kid, you know what I mean? I was very curious, I knew about things but I couldn't really speak and use my voice too, because a lot of people in my household controlled my voice, controlled who I wanted to become. I mean, I grew up in my years just not really knowing who I was. And then when I found myself, people didn't like that. You know what I mean? They wanted to act like I was the problem. I was really the black sheep all my life and my years growing up. So, honestly, being 21 now and making friends is really hard. Because I know I can make friends, but I can't keep friends. I don't know what they want from me. They want me to be like everybody else. They want me to be the shallow person with no personality. They want me to be a follower. And I'm not just that. I was a leader. I felt like ever since I came out, I felt like before that, you know, I was just going with the flow, just getting through life in school. I was going through hallways, having friends, and just being around people that weren't really my friend. I had a friend that wanted to fight me because I didn't want to be their friend no more. In the closet, you know, since 7th grade, just floating around in life, just a fucking rock floating around in a circle, just like this fucking space. Just going through life like that. I had 2 friends that were more confident than me, that inspired more confidence in myself. There was a moment I was getting bullied in school. I would just bully people back, I guess. Well, until I got around them people. Before I would let people say anything to me, like, oh, your teeth's fucked up, your big ass forehead, and I would just sit there. And then sometimes, you know, I had drawing as my coping mechanism to just get through it. But low-key, I would go home and cry about that shit sometimes at night. Like, damn, like, people really feel about this way about me. So I was very insecure. And it's so crazy the way people look at me now. It's like they feel like so inspired by my confidence, or just like, oh, you're such a confident person. Well, I'm like, this shit came from the mud. Half of this shit wasn't even fucking real. And that's what I love, though, about confidence, because it doesn't even have to be real. But it's just like, a lot of the confidence that I have now, since I came out, is real. Some days when my social anxiety wants to fight me and get on me, and you know what I'm saying? Like, feel some type of way because you wearing this outside. Feel some type of way because you got this camera out. That confidence is not real. Sometimes, like, you know, y'all ain't gonna lie. When y'all see me outside in public, sometimes around a lot of people, sometimes the confidence be trying to, like, you know, keep that balance. And then social anxiety be like, no, feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Feel bad because you got this camera out. You're a weirdo. You got this camera out. You living your life. Be a weirdo. You're a weirdo. But it's just like, I be trying to push through, and it does help with my boyfriends there. But the whole moral of this story, this message that I'm bringing today is like, I'm trying not to give a fuck. But it's normal to give a fuck. And y'all, and forever, whoever is watching this video, I want y'all to really take a dive and dissect this information I'm providing y'all, because I know y'all feel this type of way sometimes too, if not every day, or y'all have y'all days. What did I just say? I don't know, but I know y'all can resonate with what I'm saying to y'all, and I know, give me some tips and shit, answers in the comments of how y'all feel and how y'all get through life, because I ain't gonna lie, like, shit has really been hitting me with the time cracking down for me to move, because I'm leaving behind everything that I went through here. And y'all would think like, oh, that's refreshing. Like, you're good. Like, new life, who this? I can get my doggy, new apartment, no more snow, good hot ass weather, not too hot. I know that Texas weather is hot, but y'all, I know probably moving to a whole nother state is probably like one of the best things to y'all. But with the emotions that I'm going through right now, and I probably will feel different once that move happens, like geeked as hell probably that day. But right now I've been really just kind of like, I don't know what to expect and what I'm walking into. And I guess a lot of it also stems with my relationship with my friend. Like, I'm gonna meet this person and be right there in person with this person I've known for 4 or 5 years and shit. And is the friendship really genuine and true for what it was? Like, is this person gonna even feel as close to me, or are they gonna feel like, or is it gonna be a reality check for me, like, damn, in your head, like, you were closer to this person, and you and this person, in your head, this person was your best friend, but to them, you weren't their best friend. They could, and I know this person does have a lot of friends, and they may think they don't. But when you look at my life and really what it feels and the whole emotions of going through every day with really not having nobody here for you, no friends for real, it's a whole different experience. And I'm not trying to keep pick and compare. I'm not trying to have a pity party. Don't bring no pizza, no soda. I didn't ask for that. But I'm just saying, as though, like, some people don't really know how good they got it. You know what I mean? And like I said, I appreciate the people. And I appreciate those friends. I appreciate you. And I appreciate JoJo. But it's like, you know, a lot of people, and I'm not even trying to trauma dump right now, a lot of people get around me and they feel like they love how I look. They love the things that I do. They love for what I live for and this icon that I am. But in low-key, and that's a whole nother video in a conversation. Like, I need to realize who I am more. Like, I really, and it's like, let me take that back, because what the fuck was I talking about? I know who I am, but I don't feel who I am all the time every day. It's like, you're this dope ass person. You're so creative. You're so spiritual. You're a really great person. You're a really great friend. You're a really great boyfriend. But all that shit just kind of closes off into a closet when I get around people, because of, I guess, how people make me feel. And I shouldn't allow them to make me feel no type of way, because bitch, I'm the star. But it's like sometimes when you're in society, when you're around other people, so many thoughts, and you hear so many opinions and shit, if they got you thinking like, am I really enough? Because I'm not famous and viral yet, heavy on yet. It makes you really minimize yourself, because there's billions and fucking trillions. Well, is there trillions? I don't know. There's a lot of people in this fucking world, and when you are when you go about your life every day feeling unseen, and not that you want to feel like that, because I ain't gonna lie, don't come at me. Some days I feel like that nigga, and some days I don't. But when I feel those emotions, it's heavy. It's heavy. That shit is a lot for me. I really feel like no one sees me. No one thinks about me. No one calls me. No one's like, where are my friends? So I'm trying to like just get through this shit and really step into my power for real, because I do water myself down a lot sometimes around other people, and people like me for being very humble. But to be humble, to genuinely be humble, takes a lot, because you could like really look at some people and be like, who the fuck do you think that you are? Because you're really not that person. And the people that I'm talking about is the people that don't know themselves at all, that just run with and lead with ego, lead with this persona like, oh, I'm that bitch, I'm this, I'm that, but can't even sit with themselves, don't even know what true self-love looks like. People that always need people around them to feel fit in. People always need to be in a relationship to feel love. People that all like really can't sit with themselves. I sit with myself every day. I have been in dark parts. I've seen light. I've seen it all. Well, I ain't gonna say it all. You know, I'm only 21. But I've seen a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of shit. So to really look at the person I am right now, I'm very proud. I've came a long way. But shit, like, damn, universe, y'all ain't get me friends my whole life. People been around me for fucking at most a month, 2 months, maybe 3 months, gone. Some people come around that I really, really like, oh, like I love that you're that person. I love this about you. And then they be like, oh, I love that about you too. Gone. So I be like, damn, is y'all trying to help me heal my abandonment issues or what? Because it's like, damn, like I respect. Look, let me touch on this for 2 seconds for about abandonment. I be abandoned by some people. I acknowledge that. And I don't beat myself too much about people leaving, bitch. If you gonna leave, you gonna leave. I never stay with a nigga. I don't stay with no nigga. I don't stay around no family member that treats me like shit. I don't stay with nobody that treats me wrong. But it's like leaving be hard as fuck. But I ain't gonna sit around and stay. But abandonment for me has always looked like, oh, I'm your real friend. I ain't going nowhere. Fuck them weirdos that you been friends with and do the same shit. Leave with me for our friendship and our bond, everything we created, for some petty, minor ass shit that you could have talked to me about. Bitch, if you don't like me, tell me you don't like me. If you like it be like little shit. And so I just never know why people just never want to be around me for real. It's like, damn, am I too real? Shit. I like me. But I know that's the only thing that should matter, me liking me. But damn, like we all as humans want to be liked sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a dope ass person. I do YouTube and shit. And another thing that be making me feel type of way is like, damn, I look back and I'm always, I guess, I ain't gonna say always. Sometimes I give a little minute to chill on it. I dissect my friendships. I look at like, okay, without me doing this, is this person gonna do that? You know? Like, how many of my friends actually watch my YouTube videos? How many of my friends actually go down my page and support? How many of my friends really are here for me, you know? And that crosses my mind. So I just kind of act accordingly, but I want to see the best in people. But it's really hard doing all that with not being so attached to people that you really like. Y'all let me know the answers in the comments. But I guess I released everything I needed to release, because this has been my thought process and just emotions I've been going through with approaching to this move to Houston. I know I'm going to be somebody big one day. I know I'm probably going to be looking back on this video like, you had nothing to fucking worry about, you know? And I know it's very natural for it to be in your 20s and feel this way. But, man, give me a fucking break. Like, universe, can I get some friends sometimes? Can I get like 2 or 3 and they stay here just for a really long time? At least to like, I don't know. Can I get some friends that stay here for my life? Damn. But I don't know. Whoever gonna stay is meant to stay, and I know that shit. But I'm forever, and I choose me. It's just not easy. It's just not fucking easy. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn post notifications on if you a real one. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. If you weird, bitch, be weird. But please go somewhere else with that shit. But I'll see y'all later, and whatever this fucking video turns into, whenever this title turns into. But I love that for me though. A quick little yap session that was real though. This is a real nigga talk. Real niggas gonna get it, and the fake bitches and fake weirdos don't. So, but I love y'all so much. I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.